Hey team, what's going on? We are in the growth track room for the master class today. We're actually going to walk through how to set everything up for a growth track class, and turning everything off and shutting down is the same thing as turning it on, just in reverse order. So we've got a checklist. It's always going to be right here on the growth track booth on the weekend. So I'm just going to follow this checklist and walk you guys through how to get everything going. So the very first thing we want to do when we come into the room, and normally this is all done by staff already, but if it's not, you just go below the desk, and there's two power conditioners here, and it's hard to see right now because it's dark, but there's one right here. We're gonna flip a switch, and you can see equipment start to come on, and then there's another one underneath that. Right here where my finger is, and each one of these power conditioners has lights that you can pull out and turn on, so that actually helps a little bit. So I'm going to turn the second one on now, and whoops, it looks like that one was on already. There we go. So the green light, it's on, and I could pull these out to have some additional light. Okay, so that's the very first step. Now all of our stuff is turned on at this point. The next thing we're going to do is verify that the stage lights come on, which they're on right now. But if they're not, there's a lighting controller right here, and we've got this set up where it's very, very simple. There's an on button and an off button, okay? So you can see when I turn the off button, the stage lights goes out, and if I turn it on, you've got platform lights. So that's how that works. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is actually turn the speakers on. The speakers are the only thing that you can't turn on from the actual booth. And you'll see here that there's a closet. You will need a staff member to get into this closet. Again, this is almost always turned on ahead of time. But in this closet, there's a switch right here on the wall. And it even is labeled speakers on or off. And you turn that on, and what that's going to do is it actually powers our speakers. So we're using powered speakers here in this room that are hanging up, and without the switch being on, the speakers won't come on. You can see a little white light comes on underneath the speakers. And the reason why it's like that is so that we don't have to have additional amplifiers in the room. The speakers basically are powered through the electricity in the room. So the very next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn the projector on. So here in the growth track room, you will see that there's these drawers, and each drawer is labeled. You got manuals and batteries, wireless microphones, there's adapters and accessories, and then there's cables and power cords, okay? So the remote controls are going to be in the very top drawer, manuals and batteries. We should probably put another label there that says remote. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this gray one. It's an NEC remote, and because we have an NEC projector. Now, the thing about turning this projector on in here is you actually have to stand in front of it. And this is why I'm coming to the front of the platform. There's going to be a lot of glare because of the stage lights, but the projector's right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn the projector on using the power button here. Let me try to focus that a little bit. There we go. Okay, so there's a lot of buttons on the remote, but the on button is the only one we want to deal with. You can see a little red light right there in the projector. And when I hit the on button, it's going to turn green and start flashing. And then here in a few moments, you're actually going to start to see an image up there on the screen as the projector